What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mode video. So season 9 is almost upon us, and it's time to talk about the return of zombies mode. And I mean, not the Undead Siege, but you know, the actual classic zombies, the one that we got at the very beginning of the COD mobile launch. So for a long time, a lot of people have been requesting for zombies to come back. I remember it was a very controversial decision at the time to remove it because, you know, at that point, it was kind of like a fundamental feature of COD Mobile. You know, it had multiplayer, it had zombies. I'm not sure if Battle Royale came around that time, but it was pretty close by. So, yeah, a lot of people were pissed off that it got removed. Of course, COD Mobile did try to remedy that situation around year 2 when we got Undead Siege and Ether Crystal. But now we're seeing a return to the original classic zombies. And it's a mode that has been available for the Chinese version for quite some time. But it's finally coming to Garena and Global and just the rest of the other versions of this game. The question is, what are we really excited for when it comes to this mode? I'm not saying that, zombies coming back is not something to be excited for, but I have a feeling that this might be a little bit overhyped. For all we know, they could just be shipping just one map, and that's pretty much it, like just the classic Shinonuma from before. There were leaks of, well, I guess subtle hints of other maps being in zombies mode, which is I think Nocturne and Totem and just other stuff from the zombie series. Well, mainly just Treyarch zombies. But we don't actually know what's going to be out within Season 9, and to be honest, they haven't really said anything about it. Almost to the point where people are starting to question whether or not it's actually going to be in Season 9. Even my friend's second guessing the whole thing. He's even questioning every day, like, oh, is it really coming in Season 9? They haven't said anything. And yeah, they've been kind of like just hush-hush about the whole entire thing. And it's like, you know, if you're just bringing back the original zombies, like, I mean, is there really information that we need to know? One thing I did see in the last test server was that we were getting like some sort of zombies battle pass, kind of like what we got with Undead Siege, where we would get like certain skins for reaching a certain tier. Which, I mean, yeah, I could see that happening, and I don't really think it's going to be the same as Undead Siege where you have to do like a set of challenges to progress. I think this might be just one of those things where you just play and over time you just start climbing through the tiers, kind of like how you do with multiplayer. But again, I mean, there can be challenges for zombies mode that are required for you to actually progress any further. And from what I've seen is that most of the skins that are going to be in that pass are going to be nuclear fallout. There were some crates as well where it had a locust nuclear fallout. I think there was also a DRH nuclear fallout in that battle pass. So there is a chance that we could see the nuclear fallout skin series return. But again, I mean, it's not the same as Dark Matter. Dark Matter was way better. I mean, everyone was just like crazy stunned when they heard that the M13 Swordfish, what other one, the AMAX and the Renetti and the DRH Dark Matter were coming into this game, because we started to question whether or not, you know, Dark Matter was going to be a recurring thing for Undead Siege. I thought they were going to keep updating it, but no, they eventually stopped. So I was originally hoping that we would get Dark Matter for more skins than just those. And there were even leaks of like the Chopper Dark Matter and even the Locust Dark Matter. And from what I understand, on Garena, there is soon to be a challenge for the Chopper Dark Matter. So it's still in the game files. They just haven't really figured out where they're going to release those skins. For the Rytech AMR, definitely in whatever shape it comes in, I'm definitely going to grind that one out. And look, it's been a while since that test server has come out, almost 2 months in fact. We should have already gotten another major update. Well, Season 9 should have gotten the major update. So there's no telling whether or not they added more nuclear fallout skins, especially if they're going to have like crates for it. Another question for me specifically is whether or not this mode's going to replace tournament indefinitely. And I say that because if you have gotten any of those crates in the tournament mode, you'll notice that the calling card does say final tournament. So perhaps Series 3 is the final tournament mode for just for COD Mobile in general. So they're just going to replace it with zombies. So that's another question that we need answered. But again, they haven't said anything. And to be honest, the blog posts have kind of been more infrequent recently. And you know, they used to have like blog posts every few weeks, but now it's like I feel like they haven't said anything. I think the last blog post that we had was like at the beginning of the season. Obviously, this doesn't mean that they're giving up on the game or anything, but they're trying to keep a lot of things a secret. And keep in mind, this is like the third mini updates. Well, actually, no, the second mini update season. And we don't get a major update till like Season 10. So there might be a lot of information that they're keeping from us. And within a few weeks or so, we are going to get a public test build, at least for the Chinese version of COD Mobile, which I will assume follows up with like the Korean version, or Garena getting their public test build. So there is a lot of stuff that we still have to look forward to. I mean, we don't even know the upcoming weapons that are coming out. I mean, usually at this point we would have figured out what weapons are coming for the next 2 seasons. Like, we don't know if it's like the Grau or something. I mean, we would have had some hints by now. So they, like, to make us wait this long for a major update, it must be for a good reason. So yeah, that's really all I have to say with this take. I'm hoping that they keep zombies out long enough to add more maps, which I'm assuming that they would. They're not going to restrict it only to one map, because then it'll just become too stale. So yeah, hopefully also maybe a completionist camo, maybe the real Dark Ether, but I highly doubt it. Maybe Plague Diamond at the best. But yeah, anyways, have a wonderful day, guys. I'll see you next time.